So our semifinal duel format will be a little bit different than you've seen the rest of the tournament. We have a staggered start. So the 2s and the 4s will start first. Then 12 minutes later, the 1, 3, and 5 pairs will all start on their courts. So maybe a little more drama building. That's what we want, right?
Definitely, and more time to cover each particular court.
This Cal Poly team, Drea, here they are. Their first semifinal in program history.
That's right, Courtney, and this team had to win earlier today to get to this moment. I talked to head coach Todd Rogers. He said that most of his team went back to the hotel after getting that first win to rest and recover. 2 players in the lineup that stayed here, Aaron Inskeep and Quinn Perry, but he says he has no doubt everyone did what they needed to do to feel rested and recovered. Now, when it comes to playing USC, he did say they played them earlier this season and the duel was close, but there's no denying USC. They have three-peated as national champions and they are loaded with talent. He said his team is leaning into the underdog role.
Well, they will need that here. Can they lean into it enough to take down the #1 seed and the 3-time defending national champion? The 2s and the 4s, again, are the only 2 courts in action to start first. We will start over at the 2s. Piper Furch and Aaron Inskeep of Cal Poly facing Maddie Kriz and Madison White of USC. Furch setting up Inskeep, and she'll go around that USC block.
And this Cal Poly pair has played together all season long. They won a top flight award and very beachy, very knowledgeable. You'll see Piper Furch, one of the most dynamic blockers in the game, even though she's only 5'10".
Furch a junior, Aaron Inskeep just a freshman, but both of them second-team All-Americans this year. And there's a service error for Cal Poly. Meanwhile, for USC, Dane Blanton talked to us about Maddie Magic at the 2s. And you know what? They have clinched their first 2 duels in this tournament at the 2s with this Maddie Magic.
And he put them together late in the season. Maddie White, very long at the net. And you've got Maddie Kriz, a grad student who played her undergrad at Stanford, is a very long defender in the backcourt. So they cover a lot of court and really shrink it defensively for their opponents.
There's Madison White with the set, setting up Maddie Kriz. Inskeep. Kriz with the power, not touch, so a point for Cal Poly.
Aaron Inskeep grew up in Hermosa Beach. She played a lot of volleyball, spent long days on the beach, and she's got fantastic ball control, ambidextrous at times, reads the game really well defensively.
Was a national champion on the AAU side in 2021.
I believe she was AAU Player of the Year as well as a senior in high school.
Absolutely. Told us she didn't like how much the sand was always with her when she first started playing because you never get rid of it fully.
No, you don't. Let me tell you.
Oh, just long on the poke from Inskeep.
Deep poke shot carries long, and this sand is very fine. These girls are sweaty because of the humidity.
So as they switch sides, here is the lineup for our first semifinal, Cal Poly and USC. Which courts have your eye?
Well, I talked to Todd Rogers, the head coach for Cal Poly, and he said, look, I like our matchups at the 2 or 3 and 3s. We need to get a win at the other spots.
Okay, so we'll see how that fares. Again, we're playing in a staggered start, so the 2s and the 4s are the only 2 in action right now. In less than 12 minutes, that's when the other 3 courts will start. USC with the lead at the 2s. We'll swing over to the 4s right now for the first time. Piper Ness and Logan Walter of Cal Poly up on Ashley Pater and Grace Seitz. Grace Seitz, a former LSU Tiger, spent 4 seasons there, made a couple of NCAA tournament appearances with LSU, who just pulled an upset, but now wearing that USC jersey across her chest. Oh, the turn and grabbing the line for Logan Walter.
Logan Walter is so long and rangy as an attacker. Just a freshman out of San Mateo, California. You talked about Grace Seitz. She and Ella Larkin of LSU won the U21 trials last summer and really proved that, hey, we're from LSU, but we can compete at the highest level.
I think LSU's whole team just showed that once again in their last duel in the quarterfinals.
That time, Ashley Pater trying to go line over the long block of Logan Walter, missing that ball wide.
Walter and Ness with a 3-point lead. We're playing to 21 points in the first 2 sets. The first team to win on 3 of the 5 courts is advancing to our championship duel tomorrow.
Back-to-back plays. Ashley Pater trying to go high over the line and just turning too much down the line, hitting it wide. Look for her to move her offense somewhere else instead of that pin. Maybe move it to the middle of the court to move the big block of Walter somewhere else.
Pater. No, right into the block of Logan Walter, and that's a hard thing to do.
And this is a pair with 22 straight wins for Cal Poly. Logan Walter, good eye work, lines up, press in the angle, and Cal Poly putting all sorts of defensive pressure on USC.
So you see Angela Rock working with this pair for Cal Poly. They've got a nice 5-point lead. Timeout called by USC. Back to the 2s we go. And the side switch here.
You see both gold medal head coaches, Dane Blanton for USC, Todd Rogers, the head coach for Cal Poly, also won a gold medal at the Olympic Games for the United States in beach volleyball. That's pretty impressive.
I mean, what a court to be on right now. I'd pick either of their brains. And we got to in our coach meetings. That was the best part. Yeah, what's nice about this format too, you mentioned it, with the staggered start, coaches have an opportunity to be on every court.
How about Maddie White, physical at the net? Dane Blanton has talked about it her entire career at USC, her physicality, her potential. Look at extended awning, she goes up, grabs it, presses. Big defensive stop at the net for USC.
Yeah, Madison White remembers watching beach volleyball at the Rio Olympics and just absolutely loved it. She would play with her friend for fun, but they weren't very good. They lost every match they played when they started.
But she kept coming back, and that's
right.
what's made her so good. That time, Maddie White pulls off the net, and Piper Furch can annihilate a ball if you give her open net for Cal Poly.
Here comes White. USC rocking and rolling.
And for Cal Poly, which Maddie are you going to serve? They've tried both of them so far.
This will be Maddie Kriz, who spent 4 seasons at Stanford, made 3 NCAA appearances, and gets an ace.
Maddie Kriz serves that high and flat right at the chest of Erin Inskeep, and she can't get backed up to pass it.
They're 4 and 3 at the 2s this year. And that time a little bit long for Kriz. Piper Furch and Erin Inskeep. Single season record for wins, by the way. 30 wins as a pair this year. They've won 11 of their last 12 matches. Madison White with the big swing, and it's 12-8 USC.
Maddie White has a high point of contact. Look at her get up good. High snap on top of the ball. Very rangy attacker for USC. That's why, if you're Cal Poly, do you want to serve it either particular Maddie, or do you want to go down the middle and serve them short and deep, making them move?
Instead, that's going to be an attacking error on Erin Inskeep.
Erin Inskeep touching that ball defensively, but can't get it over the net for Cal Poly.
Our first semifinal is underway. The technical timeout at the 2s. The countdown to the 1s, 3s, and 5s starting is on. About 3 minutes away from them taking the stand. This is our first semifinal. It is in action. The 2s and the 4s, the only courts in action right now, but we are 90 seconds away from the 1, 3, and 5 pairs taking the sand in our staggered start. The first school to win on 3 of these courts is moving on to our championship duel. Well, on the sand at the 4s for Cal Poly, Piper Ness is playing, and her dad, Kobe, is standing by with Drea.
Mr. Ness, first of all, thanks for joining me. I know you're sitting here watching Piper compete. It's a close one. You played basketball at Cal Poly. What is it like for you to watch her represent Cal Poly here?
Oh, I did. I played many years ago. This level of athleticism that women's beach volleyball is incredible, and we're just so happy to be here. Final Four, Cal Poly, first time in history. This program is just on the rise. It's had some amazing players in the past. The alumni are great, and it's just, I'm so excited to be here cheering on Logan and Piper and the rest of the team right now. It's great.
Okay, so I've got to touch on the first thing you said, though. So what you're saying is beach volleyball players are more athletic. She's more athletic than you. Is that what you're saying?
Piper definitely is more athletic than me, but you know, basketball players are pretty athletic in their own right.
I played basketball, so I'm just picking on you here. Now, Piper's brother plays baseball. You played basketball, so a lot of athletes in the family. Who's the most athletic in the family?
He does. You know, I might have to say our other son, Nolan Ness, who's plays for Army West Point. He plays basketball. Actually, I mean, all three of our kids are extremely athletic, and they just work hard and have always had just an amazing work ethic. And they're living out their dreams. They're playing college D1 sports, and Janelle and I, my wife, could not be more proud.
And for this Cal Poly Beach volleyball team, they struggled last season, and to make the transformation that they made, how would you describe it for Piper?
Well, Piper's had a dream season. She's had some amazing partners her first 3 years. And she and Logan's a freshman this year. They've just really meshed, and they have a great relationship on and off the court. And it's just been fun to see them grow as a team, and they've had a huge win streak, and they've just had a lot of success. So we hope that it continues this match versus USC.
Absolutely. Good luck.
Thanks so much.
For Ness, you hear from her dad there, Kobe. She actually, you know, speaking of athleticism, she was a soccer player most of her life, wanted to play in college, she thought, and then in 8th grade started to fall out of love with soccer, and her mom said, you know what, why don't you try volleyball? And guess what? It has worked out.
And this is one of the first times she's been able to be a full-time defender behind Logan Walter. Prior to that, she played mostly as a split blocker.
So right now, Piper Ness and Logan Walter up at the 4s on the left side of your screen, 11-10. Meanwhile, the 2s, right side of your screen, that's in favor of the USC pair, Maddie Kriz and Madison White up by 5. These are the only 2 courts in action right now in our staggered start.
Piper Furch with an ace at the 2s for Cal Poly.
So here we go to the 2s as they switch sides. And now that clock has wound down, and every court is in action. We had a staggered start for this semifinal. It'll be the same way for our next semifinal too, but the 1s, 3s, and 5s have joined the party.
It's gonna be very exciting. I mean, obviously we get to focus on the 2s and 4s first, but those other matches will start to catch up.
So Piper Furch with the service error makes it 17-12, playing to 21. And back goes Madison White.
Maddie White, just a sophomore for USC, had a standout performance at this tournament last year.
White pulling off the net, Kriz laying out for it, and Madison White tracks it down, but rejected by Piper Furch.
That was a block by Piper Furch to save the point. Ball in hand for USC, and Piper Furch steals it. It's interesting, sometimes you see Maddie White redirect that ball and just shoot it in transition. That one she wanted to crush, and Furch took it away from her.
She was looking for the back corner, and this time Madison White will get it. USC seeking their 7th appearance in the championship duel. They have never lost in the semifinals. Right down the middle of the court goes Furch.
And it starts with a good pass by Erin Inskeep, just a freshman, the youngest player on this court. Passing that ball up to the net for her partner, Piper Furch.
You know, Todd Rogers told us this Cal Poly pair, they're very similar. They're both down-to-earth players. Goldfish memory, if you're familiar with Ted Lasso. So they forget mistakes quickly.
Again, Piper Furch at the net, putting on pressure on USC defensively. Cal Poly able to score a few points.
They've really described Piper as, physical. She can do anything she wants to. She's listed at 5'10". She plays like she's 6'2", understands blocking and positioning on the block.
And this team is never out of a game because of the way that they can score points with their defense.
Ooh, a smart shot there by Maddie Kriz, just poking over that block.
Hand set by Maddie White goes a little bit tight, but Maddie Kriz, short shot right over the block. Well played. You see the little pokey come out just out of the reach of Piper Furch.
And you cannot open hand tip in beach volleyball, so they use the poke shot. USC needing 2 points to take the first set. And into the net by Madison White.
They will switch sides, talk with their coaches on the switch. It looks like no coach on the court for Cal Poly, but Dane Blanton still on this court at the twos for USC.
Kriz to the angle, and it's set point USC.
I like that shot from Maddie Kriz because her partner said high line. She recognized the defender is running line and redirects it with a cut shot.
The communication has been really good between this pair of Maddie Kriz and Madison White, and so important to have that. It's just you two on the sand. Throw down, yes!
Wow, Maddie White is a big block at the net, but Piper Furch just bounced that ball in the angle. We talked about her athleticism. Look at her get up and then the arm speed. Wow.
Todd Rogers did tell us Piper Furch is a freak in the best way possible. An athletic freak.
And we agree.
Yes. And we love to watch her. Here she goes behind the set, and that just pounds that one into Madison White.
I think that one surprised Maddie White. She had pulled off the net, and usually players can't get on top of that ball, but Piper Furch managed to do so.
This will be the third set point for USC.
Wow. Service ace by Piper Furch, and when Todd Rogers talked about this team, he said they are never out of it. Furch comes up with a big time ace to just be down by one in this first set.
Yeah, and they're going to take a timeout to talk about it because this will be the fourth set point for USC. Cal Poly not going anywhere. Here's how the scores shape up. All 5 courts in action now after our staggered start. The first team to win the match on 3 of these courts will play in our championship duel tomorrow at 11 Eastern on ESPN.
And USC up on every single court in the first set.
They were dominant earlier today in the quarterfinals against LMU. Let's get you over to the fours. Ashley Pater and Grace Seitz against Piper Ness and Logan Walter. I thought we saw a total shift from USC from yesterday, their opening round duel, to today in the quarterfinals against LMU.
Well, Delaney Maple talked about it earlier. Gustavo said, hey, you guys need to play like kids, like you're enjoying it. This is an incredible opportunity. And for Delaney Maple of USC, one of the leaders, she said, that just clicked in my brain. It just made it so much more fun and took the pressure off.
Delaney Maple, of course, playing with Megan Kraft at the ones. Megan Kraft, the National Player of the Year. Don't worry, we'll get over their court soon.
On the fours court, we've got 2 freshmen, Ashley Pater, number 1 for USC, and Logan Walter, number 24 for Cal Poly. What a big moment for both.
Pater takes that serve, and now she'll get to poke around the block of Logan Walter.
And you see the adjustment, Ashley Pater attacking that time out of the middle. When she was on the antenna, she was missing that ball wide. Good adjustment by the freshman.
All right, fourth set point at the twos on the right side of your screen for USC. There it is. So the pair of Maddie White and Maddie Kriz take the first set at the twos, 21-19. Piper Ness and Cal Poly down by 2 at the fours. Going on the option, making it look easy is Grace Seitz.
And we will switch sides. Gustavo Hocha doing the walk and talk. Look at this pass, perfect by Ashley Pater, and then Grace Seitz, long high contact point for USC on the option ball.
Grace Seitz, she's transferred to USC. She's actually gotten to live with her sister and her brother-in-law while she's been playing at USC, so that's been a fun experience for her. Along with being on the #1 team in the nation, playing at the fours. Seitz got a piece of it, but too much power coming from Logan Walter.
Logan Walter rattles it through the block. Good aggressive swing by the freshman, trying to make things happen in this first set versus USC.
Logan Walter went to camp at Stanford in 6th grade. Wasn't very good, didn't like it very much, but a couple years later in 8th grade, tried it again, and now here she is as a freshman for Cal Poly. Set point here for USC. Oh, Ashley Pater right in between the pair.
I don't think we see that serve enough. Ashley Pater, the freshman from USC, right down the middle, pace to space, and I love it. What a point to end the first set.
Why is that such a tough serve to cover?
Well, one, it's got pace. Two, the players have to communicate or move to take it, and they didn't.
And they just let it fall in the sand, and that seals the first set. USC has taken set 1 at the 2s and the 4s. So the 1s, 3s, and 5s, they started 12 minutes after the 2s and 4s. We're, for the first time, going to go to the 1s, and this is the duo for USC we were telling you about. Megan Kraft, the National Player of the Year, and Delaney Maple absolutely obliterated LMU earlier today. They won 21-10, 21-9.
And that's a very good ones pair
Yes.
for LMU. But Delaney Maple talked about it in her interview. She said, look, I was so joyful. These are the last couple of collegiate matches that we get to compete in, and we wanted to go out and have fun and play very high-level volleyball.
Here's Megan Kraft. Won't see her in the Paris Olympics, but hoping to see her in 2028 in LA. Maple takes the swing. Megan Kraft, a player that has been in this USC lineup her entire career. She's a 4-time All-American, her 4th NCAA appearance. She could win her 4th national title.
Pretty incredible. And she is a full slate after this tournament as a professional and representing USA internationally.
What makes her so good?
No weaknesses. She's long at the net. She's quick. She has beautiful hand sets, and she serves the ball well. I mean, the entire well-rounded game.
And these two have become such a great duo together. They were high school teammates, too, so it didn't just start at USC. It went before that.
Well, they won the World Championships for U19 in 2021. So, yes, they have been succeeding at this level for a long time.
And Ella Connor of Cal Poly sends that a little bit sharp. Ella Connor and Izzy Martinez, an AVCA Top Flight Award winner as well at the 1s for the Mustangs.
For Cal Poly, this is a pair that can run a really diverse offense and send it out to the pins and really put pressure on Meg Kraft at the net to move with them and block.
How about that serve, Holly, from Delaney Maple?
Aggressive down the middle. I love it. And nice pace. I feel like USC letting it fly from the service line, and that's something Dane Blanton's really been encouraging. Let's be aggressive and create opportunities.
Yeah, USC getting aggressive. They'll take a timeout here. Let's check in with Drea.
Well, you all are talking about this one pair for USC and their connection. When I talked to Cal Poly head coach Todd Rogers, he said, listen, their ones team, that's the best pair in the country. He said they've been playing since they were babies in the womb is what it feels like. And he said he knows what it's like to have that sort of special connection with someone. He mentioned someone he played with, Dax Holdren. He said they were best friends. They played together for so long. And he said something like that type of connection, it's worth 2 or 3 points just coming into the match because you know exactly what your partner's going to do out on the sand.
Todd Rogers and Dax Holdren were a special team, best friends, and it was magic on the court. They were really, really fun to watch.
Well, we get to see magic with these two for this USC pair, exactly what Drea was talking about. Megan Kraft and Delaney Maple. Timeout here. They're up by 6. Back to the threes we go. First time we're taking a look at Audrey Norse and Nicole Norse, the twins, facing Quinn Perry and Lindsay Sparks. And Holly, I know you've gotten to work with this Norse twin duo. What stands out about their game for people seeing them for the very first time?
I mean, just every skill. They're well-rounded. They're disciplined. Dane Blanton said it. He said, look, they do everything well. They can play beautiful volleyball technically. What he's encouraged them to do is be more aggressive and a little bit more creative with their offense, and they really embraced that.
Nicole Norse at the net. She's the left-handed twin in 42 in black. Dane Blanton has enjoyed having these two. Remember, these twins are the one that clinched the national title last year for USC against UCLA, their rival.
Yes, and it came down to a third set. Dane Blanton this year on the court with Audrey and Nicole Norse, pushing them to be more aggressive. And last year it was Gustava Hocha on the bench with them.
Nicole will set up Audrey down the line, and there's a point for USC that puts them back up by 2.
You see the technical game, the perfect pass in system, and they're both fantastic hand setters, setting themselves up for a high percentage kill.
Their work ethic, too, I've heard, is just off the charts.
The brilliant students and very motivated on and off the court.
A swing from Quinn Perry will get a point for Cal Poly, and she's playing with Lindsay Sparks, who was at UCLA up until this season. Now, she spent 5 seasons at UCLA, but missed the last 2 with a knee injury. Wasn't sure if she was going to play beach volleyball again.
Nobody was sure that she could ever come back from her injury, but she did the work. It took 2 years, but she came back to the point where she can compete, and you see she's not even playing with a knee brace. Wide set and big swing from Audrey Norse on the left pin.
Sparks the setup for Perry. Cuts it into the angle.
Beautiful cut shot for the kill, and Nicole Norse was in the backcourt trying to juke, trying to get Cal Poly to hit an easy shot to her. Sometimes you'll see defenders fake that they're going to line, and then they'll sit back in the angle, and the hitter sees that and ends up hitting it right to them.
Nicole trying to work her way around the block. It was touched, so a point for the Trojans.
Audrey and Nicole have been in system, passing the ball well. When they are in system, they are tough to stop. If you're Cal Poly, you need to serve much more aggressive and serve seams.
Into the block, off of the block goes the freshman Quinn Perry. So they'll switch sides. We want to bring in the ones, where Kraft and Maple are up 18-13, going to 21. Ella Cotter takes that swing, but a bit long, and now it's 19-13.
Missed opportunity at the ones for Cal Poly, ball in hand, and that ball hit long.
Meanwhile, an ace for Lindsay Sparks at the threes of Cal Poly. Ties it at 18. Delaney Maple service, right side of your screen. Got the dig too. Meg Kraft with the poke. It'll be set point at the ones for USC.
And at the threes, a cover play keeps the ball alive for USC, and they're able to score the point.
We're going to focus in on the ones here. This set point, USC has already taken the first set on 2 courts. Ella Connor, nobody on. She goes at the pulling Meg Kraft. Oh, so smart. Set 1 to USC, 21-13.
And Meg Kraft showing you she can do it all. Pulls off the net, beautiful overhand dig, and a cut shot to finish the first set.
So USC winning the set on 3 court. The first set on 3 of the 5 courts. The first team to win the match on 3 courts wins the duel and advances to our championship duel tomorrow. USC has never lost in the semifinals. The 3s are close, but they're at a timeout, so we're going to swing over to the 5s right now for you. Abby Renard and Maddie Nichols of Cal Poly facing Mabin Thomas and Madison Gelner. And this is a newer pair for USC, just paired up about 3 weeks ago. Oh, but looking pretty smooth and fluid.
Madison Gelner is very physical. She's 6'2", but rangy, powerful, and she's got a strong all-around game. Cal Poly testing her, and I think she responds pretty well.
I would say so. The poor sand is going to be feeling that swing for a while. And they follow with a tough serve. Maddie Nichols trying to get the out-of-system swing, and that one just hit over a bit too powerful from Gelner.
But Mabin Thomas, the defender in the backcourt for USC, fantastic hustle to touch it defensively.
It's been a special weekend for the Thomas family. Mabin's twin, Karis, was an alternate for Arizona State. They made it to the tournament for the first time. Set point here for the Norse twins at the 3s. And USC will have a set point at the 5s as well. Attacking error, still set point at the 3s.
Gelner just buried a ball at the 5s. Not sure why Cal Poly is going at Madison Gelner.
She seems a little scary to face.
Yeah, I mean, you want a defense that's going to be able to take away the power, but she showed she can do it anyways.
Set point, right side of your screen at the 3s. And tied at 20. Quinn Perry and Lindsay Sparks not giving up.
And Lindsay Sparks working her magic in the backcourt. She faked she was going one way and then ran down that line shot to score.
Set point still on the side of the 5s for USC, even with the point for Cal Poly.
Here you watch the dig by Lindsay Sparks. She gets blocked at the net, but the second swing, Quinn Perry finds open sand on the cover play.
So a timeout at the 3s as they are tied up at 20 all. So here to the 5s. And that service error will give it to USC. So USC has now taken set 1 on 4 of the 5 courts. So the 3s are the closest one to finishing a set, tied up at 20. They are in this timeout right here. Audrey and Nicole have had a couple of chances to win set 1. But Quinn Perry and Lindsay Sparks not letting it happen.
Both pairs are AVCA top flight award winners. That's a mouthful. So they've been very successful, and you've seen the experience of Lindsay Sparks paying off in the backcourt. And she really compliments Quinn Perry at the net.
So a quick breather for both of these. Quinn Perry will be serving. Nicole takes it. Audrey with the pretty back set to her sister. And once again, set point USC.
And that's a play that this pair for USC had been working on all summer, attacking more out of the middle of the court. They used to be more traditional. The left-handed player runs behind the setter and opens things up down the line.
Set point SC. Turning it into the angle, Quinn Perry.
Super sharp cut shot by the freshman Quinn Perry. Really well done, and now all tied up at 21.
You mentioned attacking out of the middle of the court. What does that give you? How does that help you as an attacker?
Well, it opens things up because you have a blocker that has to decide which way to go, but you still have room to operate on either side. When you're at the pin, you can only go up or around them.
Sparks with a monster serve. In comes Nicole with the swing. It's in.
Well played, and you hear the communication, line, 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 and Nicole Norse listens to her sister on that one.
Sparks will set up Perry. Nicole Norse, yes, in, grabbed a piece of the line, and finally the Norse twins close it out. USC has won the first set at every court.
Well-timed defensive play. You see the late pull, and then Nicole Norse digs that line shot. Look at how sharp that cut shot is. Wow.
Showing off her lefty skills. USC winning set 1 at every court. A spot in the championship on the line. First semifinal between the defending 3-time national champion USC and Cal Poly, and the Trojans take set 1 on every single court. Every court now in action in set 2. Let's go down to Drea. How do these Trojans get ready to perform in these kind of conditions?
Well, Courtney, I have no idea how these Trojans get ready to perform, but this is Madison Peel, who certainly knows. This is their strength coach. Madison, this is your second season with USC. What stands out about this group and the way that they prepare and push themselves?
Yeah, so it's an amazing group of girls, and honestly, the coolest thing is they give 110% to every aspect of this program, whether it's the strength and conditioning aspect with me, sports psych with our sports psych, nutrition, practice, whatever it is, they give every single thing they have, and that's what makes this program so special.
Well, Delaney Maple gave you a lot of credit for adding to her vertical, but she also gave Nicole Norse some credit and said they have some battles in conditioning. What are those battles like between them?
Yeah, so these girls are really competitive by nature. You can see it on the court, but when we're in JMC, when we're in the weight room, whether it's tracking our vertical or we're running a beat test, they're trying to beat each other at every single thing, not just get the bare minimum standard. So it's really cool to see.
Iron sharpens iron. They look good out there.
Thank you, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, they absolutely do, and there's going to be a timeout called at the ones by Cal Poly because Delaney Maple and Megan Kraft are up 10-5. I want to bring in the twos now, where Piper Furch and Erin Enskeep are trying to force a third set. They're up by 2. Again, Cal Poly is going to have to win these second sets after dropping the first set on every court. And that was a tough serve coming from Piper Furch. Furch will take the swing, too. Kriz with the up. Madison White tracks it down. An aggressive play from Cal Poly.
It started with the tough serve by Piper Furch, setting up that point opportunity. Maddie Kriz passed it pretty well, but the defensive play keeps Cal Poly in it for the point.
Cal Poly making its first semifinal appearance in program history. They have their best seed ever as the 5 seed coming in. Oh, little dance across the net tape.
Unbelievable. Enough pace on that ball that it just tickled the tape and dropped on the 1-foot line. Those are heartbreakers because usually it's slowed down, but you can still pass it. That one drops pretty darn short.
And Piper Furch had no reaction to her ace. She'll just keep going. And a service error on that one. Cal Poly's had an unbelievable season, the most wins in program history. All of their losses have been to top 10 teams. They have played some tough competition. They did this all with 14 new players. Erin Enskeep being one of those new players as a freshman.
I like the idea by Erin Enskeep. That cut shot was open, just executed a little bit short, but you see the turnaround. They had a losing record last year, and they've been so good, 31-6.
Earlier today, Cal Poly was able to take down Florida State, who has been a staple in this tournament. They sealed it at the 5s to make their first semifinal.
USC now just down by 1, creeping back. Dane Blanton now has moved to the 2s. We saw him earlier at the 3s. When all 5 pairs are playing, you'll see coaches move around, trying to spread the knowledge.
Now, we did start with a staggered start, so the 2s and the 4s went first, and then 12 minutes later, the other 3 courts started. So that gave the coaches a little better chance to be with different groups because nobody has 5 coaches to send to 1 to each court.
correct. Usually you only have 3. Some of the programs only had 2.
Piper Birch all over it. It is set point Cal Poly.
Piper Birch is so impressive. Great eye work. Look how high she gets in disciplined handwork to shut that down. Not easy to block the ball that far in the middle of the court.
And an ace will seal set 2 for Cal Poly, 21-17. They will play a 3rd set at the 2s. Back over to the 4s, one of our earlier courts to start. Seitz and Pater won the first set, 21-17.
No coach on this court for Cal Poly. You see Gustavo Rocha, the assistant coach for USC, talking with Pater and Seitz, both first-year players for this program. Although Grace Seitz a grad student, Ashley Pater a true freshman.
They paired up about 3 weeks ago and quickly became a very solid team. They've always had strong communication too, didn't have to work hard to do that. Grace Seitz going behind and a bit long.
Grace Seitz trying to run that back set, but I'd love to see her go aggressive and just crush that ball cross court instead of opting for the shot.
This duo has only lost 1 match as a pair this season. They've played all of their matches at the 4 position. Seitz coming in from the angle, a bit long.
Again, trying to go for the shot. Sometimes you've got to play a little bit more aggressive. Missed on 2 shots. Let's see if she'll be a little bit more strong on her approach, putting some power behind the swing.
Seitz trying again, this time makes the adjustment.
Ashley Pater ended the first set with an ace going after the middle. This is the aggressive swing I wanted to see from Grace Seitz. The block is there. Walter just a little bit late with her left hand.
Walter. USC trying to take the option, but Logan Walter was ready.
Really nice transition block out of the middle by Logan Walter. Grace Seitz wanting to attack that 2 ball.
And Logan Walter trying to wipe some sand off her face and her glasses before she serves.
Sand and sweat. More humid here than it is in California.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Well played by Grace Seitz. Such a nice high contact point, high over the line block. Starts with a good forward pass. Look at Grace Seitz stay behind this ball. She sees the block in the line and just keeps it really high.
Walter going after a pulling Seitz. They continue to go after the pulling blocker, and that time got the point for Cal Poly.
Piper Ness, very aggressive swing in transition. Grace Seitz didn't have enough time to get stopped and control it. Cal Poly has been keeping the ball on Grace Seitz, the grad student from USC, the last few serves.
Seitz trying to go back after that angle attack, but not this time.
Ashley Pater calling go line, go line, go line, and now you've got Gustavo Rocha giving Grace Seitz a little more information. Not sure Grace Seitz likes being on the pin. That means the antenna, the red and white boundary of the court. You see it aligned with the sideline. I think she's a little bit more comfortable in the middle of the court.
So here are the scores. You can see them all on all 5 courts. If there's a certain pair you want to see, check out ESPN Plus. Each court is streaming individually on ESPN Plus.
You hear Ashley Pater, great communication, get line, get line, get line, repeatedly talking her partner into where to go. What a serve to pin Grace Seitz on the sideline so she can't run out of the middle. I like that strategy by Cal Poly.
So now 18 all. Cal Poly has to win this second set in order to force a third set. Ness coming around from behind all the way to the other corner.
Beautiful, deep cross-court swing by Ness for Cal Poly. Serve goes in the middle, back set here, and then deep over the defense. Smart swing for Ness of Cal Poly.
Now Cal Poly 2 points away from this set. Seitz in the middle of the court this time. Now Ashley Pater gets her chance. Corner pocket.
Again, the communication crucial. High angle. Grace Seitz tells Pater where to put that in transition, and they tie it up. Look at the rundown by Ness to keep it alive. This ball dug in transition by Ashley Pater, and then the high cross-court transition kill. Beautiful execution by an all Pac-12 freshman player.
Ashley Pater graduated a year early, took a gap year to train. Actually got to walk with her older sister at graduation when she was 16 years old. Her older sister graduating high school, and she was too.
Wow.
Taking the option. Pater just a bit too deep, and it's going to be set point for Cal Poly.
I like the idea by Ashley Pater to go line. That one just carries long. Cal Poly pair discussing how they want to go after USC to win this second set.
Trying to force a set 3. Pater cutting it around Logan Walter, tied at 20.
Pater's been really good at serving that middle, making the Cal Poly passers move.
Walter dug up by Pater. Yeah, and the communication again, she knew right where to go.
And if you hear Ashley Pater, she yells 20. That means a quick set inside, and she's able to find open line. But the defensive play is what made that point work.
So this is match point, yes, at the 4s for USC. Tied at 21.
Looked like the defensive communication a little bit off for USC. They're both taking the same side of the court, and we will switch sides all tied up.
We want to bring in the ones now as Kraft and Maple are 2 points away from winning on their flight at the ones. Won the first set 21-13 and now up 19-6 over Ella Connor and Izzy Martinez. And a service error gives match point to USC at the ones. Delaney Maple will serve for that match. Right side of the screen, match point here. Maple digs it up. Kraft back to Delaney with the setup. Delaney Maple with the dive, and Megan Kraft puts it away. USC leads the duel 1-0.
And you talk about the dance that Delaney Maple and Meg Kraft do for USC, the way they move together and cover the court. So fun to watch.
USC with an opportunity to take a 2-0 lead. You need 3 points to win the duel and advance to the championship tomorrow. Second match point here for Pater and Seitz. Walter. We play on.
Logan Walter drops a super sharp cut shot. Ashley Pater was in the angle, just hard to get that ball on the 1 foot line.
Out. Just barely missed it. Third match point, USC.
Piper Nuss really went for that number 14 in green from Cal Poly.
Can Ashley Pater close this out? Oh, that's a good serve. But a good response from Cal Poly's pair, who won't quit.
Grace Seitz a little bit late with her press on the block. I thought that was a for sure point because Ashley Pater had pinned that player on the right line and really shrunk the court.
Seitz. But the block of Logan Walter wins out.
I love that play by Logan Walter because USC was in system. They chose to run a wide set to the pin where usually a blocker has to chase it and they're late and it's an easy point to score off, but Logan Walter did the footwork to shut down that block.
And now it is set point Cal Poly. They have fended off 3 match points.
Good. Highline.
Pater. Stopped by Seitz. A little stare down afterwards, too.
And a transition stop. Cal Poly had the chance to push it to a third set. Look at this scramble play. Pushed at the net, and Grace Seitz is really long defensively. Number 7 in black for USC.
So everybody cleaning up their glasses. It's hot, sweaty, sand.
All of the above.
Yes, everything. USC leading the duel 1-0. You need 3 points to win. Walter. Second set point, Cal Poly.
USC testing the freshman, and Logan Walter, high flat hit for the point. No coach with this young pair.
A freshman and a senior on the Cal Poly side. A freshman and a graduate on the USC side.
But USC has Gustavo Hochek coaching his pair up. Todd Rogers must trust Piper Nuss and her leadership for Cal Poly.
Seitz. Into the angle, knotted at 25.
And another adjustment. She's calling for a 10 set, the quick wide set. Instead of trying to hit it line where Walter blocked her, she goes high cross cut shot.
Set point for Cal Poly at the 5s. Abby Renard and Maddie Nichols. Madison Gellner, all right.
And credit Maven Thomas for getting under that ball to lift it off the tape.
Meanwhile, because of Grace Seitz and a big swing, USC is going to have its 4th match point at the 4s. We'll take you full here to the fours. This is for the match at the fours and another point for USC. The Norse Twins just won at the threes, so USC leading the duel 2-0. This just became dual point at the fours. How quickly things change for a spot in the championship. Here comes Ness. Ties it at 26. You see people running towards the fours. They can clinch this duel here if Seitz and Pater can pull it out.
USC needs to earn one with their defense, and it starts with a good serve.
Dual point number 2. Logan Walter. Out. We will see USC play for a championship again. The hopes of a four-peat remain alive for the women of Troy.
And it came down to Ashley Pater and Grace Seitz at the fours. They got pushed, but in the end, they were able to get it done.
USC will make its 7th appearance in the championship tomorrow. They are seeking a 4th straight title. History, trying to continue history for USC.
You know what's fascinating about this USC team? Yes, they're going for their 4th title, but we've seen a lot of different faces over the years. Yes, there have been some constants in Delaney Maple, Meg Kraft, and the Norse Twins, but there have been lots of different faces, and they continue to get back to where they want to be.
We know one team that will play for a championship. It is USC. No surprise there, right? We will hear from the USC Trojans when we come back to the beach. One team is in our championship duel. It is the #1 seed in the tournament, USC. They will look to four-peat tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern after they take down Cal Poly 3-0 in the semifinals. It is a 7th appearance in the championship for USC. And Drea is standing by with the pair from the fours, Ashley Pater and Grace Seitz.
I'm standing by, and they're like running through things that happened on the court already, Courtney, already breaking it all down. Ladies, congratulations. Listen, not only are both of you new to this legendary program, but you're also new as a pair, put together just a few weeks ago. How are you able to find this synergy out there on the court?
I mean, I think it's huge on Pater. As a freshman, she's come out here and she knows what she's doing. The experience is insane. We both have the experience, and our communication has never dwindled, ever. And it was so cool to see from the first game we had together. I kind of knew we were going to be a pair to mess with. I'm so proud of Pater. She holds us together as a freshman. It's pretty cool.
She is the best partner I could ask for. She makes me so calm on the court, and she's generally just the nicest person ever. I'm really lucky to play with her, and I'm really happy it worked out this way.
Well, Ashley, I was going to say, you also played at such high-level volleyball, but not here yet. What was this like for you?
I won't lie, I was nervous. I think all the newbies are pretty nervous on the court. I mean, Grace helped me calm down my nerves, and so did my coaches and my amazing team. So I think that helped me relax a little bit, and after the first point, I felt very ready to go.
And Grace, this is a team with such a high standard, right? They're looking to four-peat as champions, but you said they welcomed you in with open arms. How would you describe that?
I think it was awesome. I honestly couldn't ask for more from joining a program as a grad transfer. They were unreal. They didn't throw me in blindly. They let me in, and just everybody talked me through it, and it was amazing. And honestly, I can see why their program has been so successful. It's amazing, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it this year.
Well, you two fit right into the greatness. Congrats on the win.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's nice meeting you.